Perhaps one of the most important parts in this journey of conversion is developing a prayer life. Now, prayer for us as Christians is the equivalence of talking, in a relationship. Yes, you can have a relationship without talking, but most of the time it wouldn't be a great one. Sometimes I like to, when I'm working with younger people, I like to say, imagine, if you will, that you are, you want to be in a relationship with someone you love, and if you came up to me and said, here's my plan on how I'm going to win over this girl, and you said, I'm going to, I'm going to go to her house once a week for an hour, and I'm not going to say anything to her, and I'll try and stay awake. And but as soon as the hour's up, I'm running out of there. And then like a couple times a week, if I remember, I'll call her on the phone and like say the same, like Rosa red violets are blue. And if I fall asleep, I fall asleep. And then I'll also like get a t-shirt with her face on it. I would say that's a really bad plan for a relationship. Yeah, that's kind of the plan a lot of us have when it comes to prayer and our relationship with God. Prayer is ultimately, it's our lifeline with God. And so if our only plan is to once a week go to mass and then not even talk to God when we're at mass, to witness it more like a spectator, or to just mumble a prayer as we're falling asleep each night, that's not a great relationship. We need to learn to develop the habit of prayer. And that's an important part of our conversion. So, some things that are helpful with that is, if we develop a habit, it means that we normally do it at the same time. We do it every day. For, I think, a lot of people that find a successful rhythm in their prayer life, they do it in the same place. I got a prayer chair in my room, and I got one downstairs that I love to wake up early before my kids get up and just spend a little bit of time with Jesus. Maybe it's opening the scriptures, maybe it's praying through a song, maybe it's just being still. But regardless, it is a staple in my day. Now, I've also had people say, well, it's difficult to develop a prayer life because, like, I don't know how to do it, and I never really hear God speaking back to me. And the metaphor I'll use there is, for me, I've 7 kids, and when they're really little, when they're babies, I'm not having full blown conversations with them about, philosophy, or, my thoughts on the world. They're just barely learning to make noises and learning my voice and all that kind of thing. Now, I have some of my kids are teenagers. My daughter's 19. Obviously, the conversations are much more rich and deep at that age, because we've learned, she's learned how to use words, and she's learned the words that I'm speaking, and so we have good deep conversation. But it's taken a long time. So for some of us, who are maybe like coming into this conversion, or maybe like prayer is becoming a habit in our life, at first we're just learning the voice of our Father. At first we're learning how to speak. We need to be patient with ourselves. We're patient with babies as they learn to speak. And as over time that conversation develops and becomes richer and more profound, we need to be patient with ourselves also in prayer. Bottom line is, our prayer life is essential. As Catholics, the main part of that, the richest part of that, is the sacramental life. However, it can't only exist in the church. It has to exist in our ordinary and our day-to-day routine. I challenge you, if prayer is not a normal part of your life, that's the next step in this conversion process that you need to invest in, making that a normal, healthy part of your life.